Hi, I'm Daphne Goode at the Cowichan Estuary Nature Centre, and you're watching Go Island, Cowichan Valley. On today's show, locally sourced food, how to cook it and where to find it, and how you can help in the Great Canadian Shoreline cleanup at Cowichan Estuary. All that and more on Go Island, Cowichan Valley.
Go Island is brought to you by German Auto Import Network.
It's a gorgeous day here at Cowichan Bay, and I'm with Kai Rietzel of the Cowichan Estuary Nature Centre, and we're all dressed up with our pinchers and our gloves and our rubber boots, ready for some shoreline cleanup. So Kai, tell us about, first of all, the role of the Estuary Centre. What is your goal?
So the Cowichan Estuary Nature Centre is run by the Cowichan Land Trust, and the Cowichan Land Trust's goal is to conserve and protect natural areas in and around the Cowichan Valley. And environmental education is a large part of that.
And the Great Canadian Shoreline Cleanup involves communities all over Canada. Now, you did it last year, so what did you find at that time?
Well, last year we had a great group out and we found some interesting things. We found a toilet. We found pieces of boats, a lot of plastic, a lot of food wrappers, and a lot of cigarette butts.
We've got some assistance from Meg Loop too, so come on in, Meg. Meg's also with the Estuary Centre, and tell us, what about the damage to habitat that happens with all the garbage that people throw, either, I hate to say, but over the side of a boat or just while they're strolling along the beaches?
One of the major ways garbage is dangerous in an ecosystem is when it starts to break down into smaller pieces. The organisms that live in the ecosystem will eat it, thinking it's food. If it's a bit in the water by a plant, they'll grab it thinking it's a fish. Then it gets into their digestive system and doesn't break down further or get passed. So often the guts of birds or fish fill up with this garbage so that they actually can't eat anything else and die of starvation.
Wow.
And there's also toxins that are broken down and released into the environment through this garbage.
And boaters, as I understand, are causing a lot of issues with the eelgrass habitat.
Boaters, kayakers, other recreational uses. Eelgrass is a grass plant in the water. Really important salmon habitat. When the salmon are coming out of the river before they hit the open ocean, they need to get big and strong. And their food and hiding places is in this eelgrass. But if boaters are ripping it out with moorage or kayakers with their paddles, it's not there anymore to provide the food and habitat. So having the garbage, having people in and it, destroying it is really problematic.
Well, we're going to get started actually today and start to clean the beach, but the main thing that we need is participation from the community. Sunday, September 22nd, the Great Shoreline Cleanup will take place starting at 1 o'clock. You want everyone to meet at the centre?
At the Cowichan Estuary Nature Centre.
Okay, and you're providing a lot of the goods, like these pincers and our rubber gloves.
We've got a few garbage pickers, we've got garbage bags, we've got gloves, and we'll have some snacks for participants as well.
Okay, so we're going to get started. We've only been out at Cowichan Bay cleaning up the shoreline for about 5 minutes, and it's really astonishing what we've found. I have to say my pet peeve, Kai, is this is not everybody's ashtray. The number of cigarette butts was astonishing.
It's astonishing. I think last year we picked up almost 1,000 cigarette butts.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
So we have a pair of shoes. If you fell out of your boat, these might be yours. They look like they've been in the water a while.
They sure do. I think they've been around for a long time.
And?
Food wrapper. Food wrappers are also one of the major pieces of garbage that we find.
Now, I came across this and I thought it was plastic at first, but you run into this often apparently.
Yeah, no, this is actually seaweed, and when it starts to decompose, it starts losing its pigment and its color, and it does kind of look like plastic a little bit. So, you know, it's not bad if you do end up picking it up, but it's good to leave it on the beach.
Right, and then there's the real stuff.
Oh, yeah.
The real plastic, and there's lots of it.
Lots of it, yeah.
Now we did want to show the eelgrass that Meg was talking about earlier. This is for salmon, the use of salmon, and the more garbage there is, the less eelgrass will grow.
Yeah, absolutely. So it's nice long shoots. It's a beautiful plant.
There.
Oh, plastic food rings again off a bottle cap.
And what else do we
We
have? We found a little piece of styrofoam.
Styrofoam, yep.
And, oh,
Oh, a spoon.
the culprit, the plastic cutlery.
spoon.
It's okay to use plastic cutlery, but please don't discard it on the shoreline.
Yeah.
Okay, over to you, Meg. Of course, we should say we got this huge piece of plastic wrap on the that we ran into.
Yeah, this probably flew out of the back of a truck. Someone was transporting their garbage and didn't tap it down, weight it so it didn't fly out of the back of their truck. And so now we end up picking it up.
And more styrofoam.
More styrofoam. Yes, we found a fairly large chunk of styrofoam. This is common in the marine environment, and it's so toxic. It breaks down into tiny pieces that will stay for pretty much 1,000 years, releasing toxins. And once it starts breaking into tiny little styrofoam pieces, that looks a lot like food. So.
And what else have you found?
Again, I found lots of cigarette butts, really common, but it actually takes about 10 years for a cigarette butt to break down, and smokers often just chuck them thinking that, oh, they'll break down quickly, but they don't. And plus the filter's full of toxins.
No kidding. We also found quite a number of bottle caps and more plastic.
Bottle caps, lots of little bits of plastic, glass, hunks of old metal, probably remnants from the logging industry.
Yeah, I should say we ran into quite a long metal kind of tether, but a lot of it is hooked into the shore.
Yes, it's probably very deep in there. I've come across bits that are eventually coming loose, but they're probably from 50, 60, 70 years ago.
And you've got a full wharf over here, but that's not uncommon to see on any shorefront these days. What happens to that eventually?
Because it's wood, it will break down. You can see the insect activity along the bottom is starting to eat it away. As long as it doesn't have any creosote or any of the other chemicals, it should be just fine.
Right. So, you know, this could be a great event for a whole family to participate in. The more people from the community that participate, the better. We're all living here, we're all enjoying the bountiful pleasures of Cowichan Bay and other shorelines. So let's recap how people get involved, because I believe that you prefer people register online.
Yeah, so you can register online at shoreline.ca, and you can use the little map to find the Cowichan Bay at Hecate Park cleanup site, and you just follow the prompts. It's really easy to register. But you can also show up at the Cowichan Estuary Nature Centre at 1 p.m. on Sunday, September 22nd.
All right, that's fabulous, Kai. We're going to be visiting the Nature Centre in a little while. But first of all, you know, at Providence Farm, it's always busy. There's somebody gardening, and they're very interested in food, especially food that's organic. So there's an interesting partnership that has developed as a result to bring that wonderful food to your table. Meg Cuthbert has our story. A quick break right now, but when we come back, we'll have a road trip idea for you, how you can help clean up the Cowichan Estuary and enjoy beer and burgers, and a new cookbook concentrates on locally sourced ingredients. It is the 20th anniversary of the Great Canadian Shoreline Cleanup. So all over Vancouver Island and indeed the country, there will be people taking care of the ocean front and the shoreline. Same thing here where we are at the Cowichan Estuary Nature Centre with Kai and Meg. And Kai, how do people get involved?
So you can go to their website in shorelinecleanup.ca and register online. It's really easy to do. Or you can also just come and show up at the Nature Centre on the 22nd of September at 1 o'clock, and we'll meet here.
Perfect. We showed earlier some of the things we collected in just a few minutes. It's almost scary how much we found. And so I'm presuming you hope you're going to bring probably a good pickup load in that day.
Yeah, last year we had a pickup truck load of garbage that we had collected, so hopefully we'll get at least, well, hopefully not. We won't get as much as that, but we hope to pick up as much garbage as we can.
Right. Yeah. What's really astonishing is I understand you cleaned up only in July, so what we found came in over the summer months, busy time of course.
Yes, definitely. In July we did a really thorough cleanup with a bunch of kids, and in those few months we found that much again.
Wow. Meg, we were talking about the importance for fish, of course, to have a clean environment. But what about the birds, particularly in this area of the Cowichan Estuary? I see lots and lots of bird life.
Definitely. Cowichan Bay is actually an internationally recognized important bird area. So that means it's for migrating birds, this is one of their key stops. So they utilize the entire estuary, especially the salt marshes and the agricultural fields around it. So if those are dirty and full of pollutants and garbage, the fish are also affected, but the birds living on the estuary will have a harder time getting their food.
Even more important that we all take some attention and be sure that we take care of the property and the area here as well as anywhere else on Vancouver Island. Now, one of the best parts is there is a beer and burger fundraiser. So you can work hard from 1 o'clock through the afternoon and then enjoy this great fundraiser. You got some great music happening. Tell me more about that, Kai.
Yeah, so in the evening on the 22nd from 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. at the Cowichan Bay Pub, we have our famous beer and burger fundraiser. We try to do them about twice a year. And this year we've got a new band called Latin Groove that's playing music for us, and it's a duo, and they play Latin percussion and accompanied with guitar and singing. It'll be nice, good mellow background music, and maybe even a little bit danceable later in the evening.
Great, and all the usual great ticket spots there are in the Cowichan Valley are going to have tickets available. I think Volume 1 bookstore, where else?
Yep, Volume 1 bookstore, the Cowichan Estuary Nature Centre here, and also our Land Trust office downtown at Station Street.
Okay, and they're $20 a ticket?
$20 a ticket. You get your choice of burger, so veggie, chicken, or beef, as well as your choice of beer, cider, or wine.
Perfect. Now, the obvious question is, why raise funds for the Estuary Centre? What are you doing? What's important?
So this centre is run entirely by donations. We do get small amounts of grant money, but our day-to-day operations are run by volunteers and donations, so it's really important for us to reach out to the community and raise funds to do our school programs, to be open to the public 4 days a week, and also to offer presentations and films in the wintertime.
Yeah, you have a lot going on, and Meg, I know that you book a lot of these school groups, so you've got lots and lots of kids. When I came in here, I was quite amazed. You've got a number of microscopes, a touch tank. Tell me what sort of programs you offer.
We offer programs for kids from preschool to high school, so huge age range. We get them hands-on, dirty in the mud a lot of the time. Teachers really like the kids are out in the mud, digging, finding the organisms we're talking about, or using nets to catch the fish. We bring them in and talk about what they're finding, how it relates to an entire ecosystem. We take them through a watershed demonstration. So what is a watershed? Why is it important that an estuary is the final stop in a watershed from the river, from Cowichan Lake? We take them through the microscope, so the creatures that they can find in the water, and then a telescope to look at the birds.
Now, you've got some really good university training behind you, and you're very interested in agriculture, and of course you've got lots of skills and knowledge when it comes to the waterfront. So how are we doing? How do we stack up, particularly in the Cowichan Bay area, in terms of taking care of our environment?
We're doing fairly well. We have a ways to go, but the Cowichan Valley is blessed with a lot of stewardship and environmental-minded folks. So we're doing really well in terms of helping our fish recover, helping our bird stocks recover.
Excellent. Well, I'm really happy to hear that. I'm sure a lot of people are. Now, there's something coming up in October you wanted to talk about, Kai.
Yeah, so in October, we're going to have a workshop called Map Our Marshes, and this is in partnership with the BC Wildlife Federation. And they're going to come here and teach us and community members how to map wetlands. So we're going to get to use GPSs and learn how to load it up onto Google Maps. It's going to be a really great day, and you can register at the Cowichan Land Trust or through the BC Wildlife Federation.
Okay, fabulous. And what time of day again?
That's going to be an all day, so about 9 till 4, all day workshop.
Okay, that sounds fabulous. Well, we have had a great time here today. Thank you both very, very much. We'll take a quick break right now, but when we come back, there's a group of women in the Cowichan Valley who found a great way to share their love of local food. Don't forget the Great Canadian Shoreline Cleanup right here at the Cowichan Estuary. If you want to be part of it, come down on Sunday, September 22nd at 1 o'clock. Just meet at the Nature Centre. And then there are beer and burgers at the fundraiser to follow from 5 until 8. Well, that's our show. Most of our stories come from you, so be sure to let us know if you have a story idea. You can tweet us or Facebook or email us. Thanks for watching. See you next time.
Go Island is brought to you by German Auto Import Network. Men's Wardrobe by DG Bremner & Co. Menswear and accessories. Hair services provided by Salon J.